10th edition of International School of Neurology, the summer chapter, and this is our great pleasure to open this special session with keynote lecture. As official opening will be tomorrow morning, but this is our great pleasure to have this excellent program here. And just from the very beginning, I would like to underline a few important ideas. Not only because it's the 10th edition, but especially because this is our philosophy. And our philosophy is based on education. And as you see and as you know, there is a strong consortium of societies and universities endorsing this educational program, and we have been very happy to learn that we are one of the most prominent and prestigious schools of neurology in Europe, and it's a good chance to be together. So our philosophy is to develop for clinicians especially a good opportunity to learn more basic science, as this is a high need. We know very well that evidence-based medicine is very important, but it's also important to understand to what extent this evidence-based can be used into the clinical practice. And this is not an easy task to establish the level of external validity of evidence-based data, but as I always said, it's extremely important that whenever we'll fail in this respect, to go back to the roots in science, in the real deep science, and to understand why we have failed. And therefore, we have to balance. We have to balance between basic science, between basic research. We have to pay attention to important clinical knowledge, but also to practical skills. So you will see every day it's a nice mix of basic science, of theoretical aspects related to clinical practice, and practical skills. For example, today we have high science, we have very high acclaim basic researcher and scientists, and we also have special, actually we have two modules entertained by Professor Homberg dedicated to practical skill, to refresh a little bit our abilities to evaluate in a clinical way a patient. And in this respect, it's my great pleasure to invite to say a few words and to highlight that when we have started 10 years ago, Professor Sharma was one of the founders, and we have been together all the time. Uppsala University is a very important university in Europe and in the world, and he is with us, and hopefully he will be with us further on, not only in this project but also for future projects. So I kindly invite Professor Sharma to just say a few words, and of course he is also the chairman of the session today.
Nice introduction. We are working on basic science, and I will brief some of the things that we are doing together with Daphne for you, especially in nanomedicine, and I'm very pleased that Daphne has also started a new foundation on nano-neuroscience. So this is our cooperation, and we hope that this is very good for you to learn and understand both basic and clinical sciences. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Hari, for this great introduction, and it is my pleasure to invite maybe one of the most prominent personality today in the field of neurorehabilitation, Professor Volker Homberg, Secretary General of the World Federation of Neurorehabilitation, a constant and a very dedicated partner and a very good friend. So Volker, dear, please.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. May I first express my gratitude again to Professor Bronstein and Professor Morigiano for putting this beautiful summer school together again. It's sort of an anniversary 10 times. I've had the honor and the pleasure to enjoy it in many, many instances over the last couple of years, and it's always fun. If you haven't tried it yet, you should try the fly fish on the beach, which is real fun to do. It looks a little bit dangerous, but it's not really the case. Let me say a couple of words concerning the World Federation of Neurorehabilitation. This slide just gives you some of the objectives and the purposes. To cut it short, the basic task of the Federation is to advance science and services in the field of neurorehabilitation worldwide. And we have succeeded doing that over the last 10 or more years with more than 32 national societies all around the world. There are only very, very few white spots remaining around the globe with areas not being members yet of the Federation.